right, what's up, guys? I'm here with Dax Derringer of Tag Auto Solutions.
Yes,
Get
sir.
that right?
You got it right, yep.
Perfect. We're going to tell you about something you might not have heard of, because I'd never heard of this about a month ago. It's called ADAS systems, ADAS, and what does that stand for?
So that stands for Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. And what it boils down to is all the safety features that you have on the newer vehicles.
Right, so about how old are we talking newer?
So this technology really kind of started on high-end vehicles like Mercedes around 2014.
Okay.
But pretty much 2017 on, for most vehicles, makes and models, you're going to have some type of safety feature on your vehicle.
Absolutely. So pretty much everyone's car, they have at least one car in their household that may be affected by this, and it's important to know about if you've ever had any body work done, or maybe you hit a deer or something, like there's some stuff that has to be adjusted I didn't know about. So obviously sometimes the lights come on, sometimes they don't on your car, and this is the guy that can turn those lights off, but not just turn them off, actually fix what needs to be fixed, and then a lot of it is alignment and adjustment. So I heard alignment, I thought when you're talking about your tires and making sure that you're not wearing a tire out, but there's a lot more to vehicles now than there used to be. So give us some good examples about the kind of stuff you fix.
Sure. So you mentioned alignment. You know, one of the key things that you want to think about is when a vehicle comes to us from a body shop or for an individual, two features in particular that have to have a pre-calibration alignment is a front radar and or a windshield camera.
Now where's this radar on a car?
Yep, so great question. So right here we've got a Mazda, and in this particular Mazda, the radar is right here behind the emblem.
Okay.
Most cases that's where it's going to be. Some Fords, some GMs, it's going to be behind the bumper panels, and you can't see it.
And what's the point of that radar?
Yep.
Tell you how fast you're going?
Yeah, to tell you how fast you stopped.
I gotcha,
yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, these radars serve two purposes. One is a pre-collision automatic braking, so it'll actually stop the car for you if it detects an imminent crash. The other, which is more of a I guess you could say a common, just makes it more convenient for you when you're driving, is what's called adaptive cruise control. So adaptive cruise control will look out in front of the vehicle at the lane in front of you, and it'll detect a vehicle. And so as you're going down the interstate or 61 or whatever, you can set your cruise control, and if you set it to say 60 and a vehicle in front of you is going 50, your vehicle will maintain a safe distance. And if that vehicle in front of you comes to a stoplight or an abrupt stop, your car will actually apply the brakes for you and stop. So it's really a nice feature, and it's very important.
So that's that little green light that comes on my truck when they see I'm getting close to a vehicle. It's notifying me I'm getting close.
Yep, so probably on your particular truck, that's going to be your windshield camera, and it's just tracking a vehicle.
Okay.
But if you've noticed, your truck doesn't apply brakes when you're doing the cruise control.
Got it.
A little bit different feature.
Got it, okay.
Yep.
But still all things for calibration.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Right. So this right here is one of your tools that you have here. Obviously, you're trying to get this vehicle calibrated. So, So explain to kind of what that looks like and all the different ones you have to do.
Before I do that, I'll kind of explain how most vehicles come to us, because what happens when these vehicles arrive at us, it's one of two situations. One, it's been to a body shop and had collision repair, and the safety features were not reset, so the driver leaves and they're not in a vehicle that's functioning the way that the manufacturer designed it to function from a safety standpoint.
Right.
And they go, hey, something's going on with this vehicle. Every time I go under a bridge, my car wants to stop. And we've had that. And that's a result of a collision repair where the radar is pointed up at the sky from damage versus the way the manufacturer wants it, which is really
it's recognizing the bridge.
Yes, it's looking in the wrong direction, which is obviously a very big safety impact for the driver.
Sure.
So when you get your car repaired, one of the things you want to do is make sure the collision center does ADAS per the manufacturer after the collision.
Right.
That way you're taking your vehicle back to not just looking good, but you're having it function the way the manufacturer wants it to function.
Makes total
sense. So if
sense.
anybody has those issues on their own after a repair, we can obviously service those. No problem.
And you guys have a record too. Y'all will go work with body shops to go pick them up and bring them back.
We do, yes sir, we do. We've got a record that we can come get the car if it's more convenient for the individual or the shop. Bring it here, service it, take it back. Yes sir. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
So with this particular vehicle, this is the front radar behind the Mazda emblem. And just kind of as an illustration, we've got the millimeter wave beaker set up. And what happens when we go into calibration, you have very specific, very minuscule dimensions where you have to set up based on the vehicle and based on the manufacturer. And the tools that we have tell us how to do that, and then we measure exact distances.
Okay.
So that what happens is we then trigger the radar, and it goes into our target,
okay,
and ensures that ultimately the calibration is accurate and correct and safe.
Gotcha. You guys can't see this, but this is like a little hollow cone almost. It's pinpointing down to just a little micro point.
Yeah, we'll show them. So what it does is it draws it in. Now, the interesting thing about these calibrations is they're super, super precise, so that if I took this and set it over here, and that's not the correct location, in theory that car could still calibrate, but what happens is that radar is now looking over here, which is no big deal if the vehicle's right in front of you, but as you go down the road and the car's 50, 100 yards out, the car's no longer looking where it should be looking.
Car's picking up the other lane.
Correct, correct.
Got it, okay. And I know, like, you can also tell with a lot of your computer stuff, like what lights and sensors have gone off. Like, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. So the scan tools that we've got are specifically designed to work with all the safety features of the vehicle. And again, the most common safety features would be your front radar, a windshield camera, and when you have a windshield glass replaced and you've got a camera, you should be calibrating that windshield camera to make sure that it's looking in the right direction. You've also got blind spot radar, so when you're driving down the road and you look in your rear view mirror and you see the vehicles, those are also calibrated. Some manufacturers will require the parking sensors to be programmed, initialized, also calibrated, so there's just quite a few items that we need to take care of.
Yeah. So a lot more complex, these new safety features than we realize, but it makes total sense, and these things are hidden inside of your car.
Yeah.
You don't even know that they're there.
Yeah.
But you know, we ran into something you helped me fix on my daughter's car. We had a cracked housing for a radar, and it wasn't allowing it to stay adjusted. We calibrated it, and then you go over a little bump, and it would slightly move, and
That's
then
right.
it would come out of calibration. That light would come back on. And it would say, yeah, you know, blind spot detection not functioning, or need to check or whatever.
Yep.
So you may have an error or message coming up like that, and it wasn't a very costly repair, but it was something very important because the safety features of that vehicle were not fully operable at that
Correct.
time. So got to come see Dax here, and you guys are located here on just off Highway 61 behind the sales barn, right?
Correct, yes sir.
And what's your phone number for them to get in touch with you?
Yep, 770-862-6584.
Good deal. So ADOS, hopefully you guys learned something from this, and maybe next time you need some help with your car, Dax can help you out.
Yes sir.